Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here then welcome. My name's Chloe. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a tutorial of this look here. So this was heavily inspired by just a post that went up by Made by Mitchell with sort of this neutral sort of cut crease and then a metallic blue liner. So I gave that a go myself. So I have used quite a few palettes for this look. I've of course used the Made by Mitchell palette to get that metallic liner, and then for my sort of neutral crease I've used the Matte Cosmetics Gemini and the Stacey Marie Carnival palette one. For any other products that I've used on my face that I haven't mentioned in the video, I will of course pop that in the description box below for you as well. I'll also pop in there my social media handles. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok and Twitter. That's all under the same handle, which is at ChloeGH, where I do post more content. If there's anything else that you'd like to see from me in any upcoming videos, please pop that in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye! Hi guys, so all nice and zoomed in now. So to start off this look, I'm going to be jumping into the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette. I'm trying not to use the Jeffree Star Orgy palette for my neutral looks. I feel like I use it all the time. It is my personal favourite neutral palette, but I am trying to show sort of other palettes on my channel as well, and I do really like these sort of brownie shades in the Gemini palette as well. So I'm just going to start off with this dark shade here called Cupcake. So I'm just going to take it on my little Morphe quite tight pencil brush, and I'm just going to sketch out this shape. So I want it to be quite elongated, so I'm going to start about here and sort of bring it out just like I did here. So I'm just taking it bit by bit and then sort of checking in my mirror to make sure that they're nice and lined up. And then I was originally going to sort of bring this out and up, but I've decided to round it off a bit because I wanted the liner and this little sort of dip here. Okay, so once that's sort of first stamped down, I'm just going to go in with this sort of pencil brush here, nothing on it, and I'm just going to gently blend the edges. Then back into the Gemini palette, I'm going to be taking the shade here called Polka Dot. I'm just going to take a small amount of this and work it all the way around, just because the shade that I was going to use next is just a touch too light for this Cupcake shade, so I'm just placing Polka Dot in between. So I wasn't quite sure what to film today because I've had a bit of time off. I came back on Thursday from my friend's hen do in Tenerife. So I'd already done a few videos and uploaded them whilst I was out there, just so I could keep the same sort of 2 videos a week, just to keep that going, to remain consistent and things like that. So I'm just back filming this weekend before I go back to work on Monday. I just wasn't sure what to do, and then I came across a reel on the Made by Mitchell page of this sort of full cut crease with quite a colourful liner. So I thought I'd give it a go. Next brush is this sort of fatter pencil brush from Morphe, and I'm just going to blend out that polka dot shade. Okay, so within the Gemini palette there isn't quite the next shade that I was looking for, so I'm just going to hop into this Be Perfect palette with Stacey Marie. I believe this is her first one, and I'm going to use this shade here called Basic. So I'm literally just going to blend that a half on polka dot and a half around it. Then just taking my next Morphe fluffy brush with nothing on and blending out that Basic shade. I'm ever so slightly going into this sort of pukey yellowy shade here called Lorelei, and sort of mixing it with this lightest shade here called Luna, as I quite like this shade but I think it's too harsh on its own, so I'm just going to sort of mix it with this for my last shade. And then if you ever feel like you've maybe blended a bit too high up or a bit too harshly, I just go in with a little bit of face powder and blend that around the outside. Just because I like to have a little gap just here before my brow. So my next stage is to literally just go over those shades again, deepen them up, blend them out a bit more until I'm happy. So you may have already seen in the intro if I have decided to wear a top with my arms out, but I have got a tattoo. On the last sort of day before we flew, both Paige and Katie were planning on getting tattoos, and I have always wanted one, but I've just been really scared, and it was sort of a nice push to get one with them, because I was already going with somebody. So they're just here, sort of just on my upper arm. I've got some cute little butterflies here. I quite like the way they are sort of laid out because they're not quite straight, so it looks like they're in flight. And I wanted to get two, just because I've got two sisters, Steph and Georgie, so it's like a cute little like meaning behind it as well. Just because when we were little, we always used to go into the garden and catch butterflies. I love doing it. I love to look out for the quite sort of rare ones, to catch them. I know that sounds really horrible, but I would sort of catch them and I put them in my window because I sort of loved being around them, which is why I love sort of going to zoos and things and being in the butterfly tent. So I knew that I wanted butterflies. That was sort of a design that I was sort of on my list. I know that I also want a sunflower at some point on my skin in the future. But when I was at the hotel and I was sort of by the pool, I noticed this girl had sort of the same design but on the back of her arm, and it just looked so cute, and that sort of confirmed that I did actually want butterflies. So yeah, they had a little book of sort of tattoos there, and I picked those two and I had them done. So it wasn't as painful as I thought it would be. I've had my lips done, and my lips definitely hurt more. So, you know, I know the pain. I know obviously it differs from different parts of your body, but I will have another one in the future, and I look down at my arm and I think I just can't believe that I have actually got one done, because I've wanted it for so long. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to keep going in and in and in because I don't want the shadows to just go really muddy. So I'm just going to cut it away and sort of see what I'm left with. So to initially sort of cut my crease, I'm going to take the Garnier Micellar Water and one of my pointed cotton tips just here, just to clean away any of this, to help for like a smoother application of my Plouise base when I do go in and sort of carve it out. Okay, so now that's all sort of wiped away, I'm going to go in with my Plouise Rumour Base Shade 2 and my little 13p brush to help carve out. Just going to be starting from this angle, working my way round. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that there because I am just going to do a wing liner and things like that. So I'm just quickly going to set this. And then, to be fair, out of the palette that I've just sort of picked out today, there isn't a sort of creamy matte shade, so I'm literally just going to take my face powder and pop that all over. Then I was actually going to sort of leave it like this and just do the liner, but I sort of decided to blend some shadow back down. So I'm just going to take those Lorelei and Luna shades and just literally join them together. And blend in here. And a bit of that basic shade. And that cupcake shade. So I've just taken a wet wipe and gently wiped away to see what I'm dealing with. So the next stage is the bluey liner. So I'm going to be going into the Head in the Clouds palette by made by Mitchell. And I'm going to be adding a little bit of Duraline, just you can see here where I've sort of been mixing it with my pencil liner brush. So I'm just going to mix a little bit of the Inglot Duraline just with the shadow to create a sort of metallic-y blue liner. Literally got the palette here, and I'm just taking a little drop and popping it in that corner there. And then I'll just get my fine liner brush and just mix it in till I'm happy with the consistency. just like this. So I don't want it to be too wet, so it's going to bleed across my eye. So I'm just sort of working it into the back of my hand until I'm happy, as I want to keep that sort of metallic-y colour to it as well. I don't want it to just go a very dark blue. Okay, so I've just put a little bit of base underneath my eyes, and I'm going to go in with the Benefit Roller Bright Liner for my waterline. Then I'm literally just going to be taking a mixture of those shades below. Then for my inner corner point, I'm just going to be taking the Inglot 77 gel liner, mixing that with a bit of Duraline as well. Okay, so I'm just going to head off camera now, pop my lashes on, do the rest of my base, and then I'll be back to show you the finished look. Hey guys, so this is the finished look, and I really hope that you've enjoyed watching this tutorial. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!